Okay guys, welcome back. So I got a purchase about a week ago of a Krause 4600 cultivator. So this is going to replace the Massey Ferguson 428, and I have to give credit where credit is due. This is a heavier cultivator than the 428, and it is a better design. And so when I'm looking at the throw here, one of the differences between this and the 428, so this cultivator, there's your toolbar, and there's your rear shank of your tooth, and that reach from that distance, from the toolbar to the back shank, that has an effect of how the cultivator will follow you around a corner. The longer that is, the more that swings back and the more prone you are to wipe stuff out. And so on this heavy-duty cultivator, which is incidentally the heavy spring shanks, even heavier than the Danish tine shanks, they're similar to the field cultivator shanks. But anyway, that distance is 4 foot on this cultivator. But Krause also left holes there, and if you see those holes, you can change that provision. And so right now it has a 4 foot reach from the toolbar to that back shank. Well, my plan with this cultivator is to tighten that up. These are 3-inch increments here, and so I don't know if I will go 6 inches and pull it, a full 6 inches forward, which would make it match the 428 in the distance there, or whether I will just go 3. I will probably just go 3 inches, and so the net effect of that is there's still more area in here for residue to flow through, but at the same time it will have a shorter reach here. And Krause accomplished that feat of engineering by having your front ranks closer to the toolbar. And so the other difference between the 428 and this is that if you notice the cultivators that I love, the Massey 440s, this Krause came with greasable pivots. All of the pivots on the cultivator are greasable. And so you not only have greasable pivots, you have quick adjust. See if I can show you from the front there, but you have quick adjust depth wheels. Now, literally just by pulling it forward, you can change the depth of your row units. And so, it's maybe not quite as refined. It looks a little bit more brutal than the 428 Massey 3-shank cultivator, but I'm very optimistic. I can't wait to run this cultivator for the final pass in tall corn. I think it will excel dramatically, and it's a real nice cultivator, and I can't wait to start working on it. So if you notice, it is an 8-row cultivator, and so the first job here is to chop it down to 6-row. Okay guys, so we have it trimmed down, we chopped it. The beauty of chopping an 8-row is now you have extra shanks. We have 4 spare shanks and 2 depth wheels, but all of the grease zerks took grease good, and the cultivator is actually in real nice shape. We will need to build a jack for it, or a stand for it, to keep your rolling cutters out of the dirt. Where the sail we picked it up on, you can see how that guide fin has twisted a little bit, because basically it was setting on this guide fins for the last number of years, and so those will require some attention. But when you look at the guide fins, very nice thing about the guide fins is they are the bearing is about, significantly bigger than the Massey bearing on the 428. And it's a lot heavier disc and a standardized rolling fin there, and so that will be easy to repair. But that's a look at the Krause 4800 cultivator, or 4600, sorry. And it was a 4608, and now it's a 4606. Hey Jet, did school get over?
Yeah.
Good deal. Time to go to work, huh? So anyway, guys, look at a cultivator. I think it will make a very nice, aggressive cultivator, and very, very well built cultivator.